Welcome
to the
Friend or foe
did I just
podcast. It's just because Jackie started speaking when I said welcome. That's why I'm laughing.
Well, welcome back to the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. And as you can see today, we've got a guest. It is the goat, JackMan.
JackMan himself.
He has the OG skins on.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry about that camera over there. It's a bit fake, Jack. The one next to me on the table. I just put that there so we can be watched.
So lots of things have been happening recently. To begin with, Tyler, do you want to talk about your time in season 2?
Oh, well, my time in season 2 came to an end as of today. That sounds like it's like,
yeah.
you know, yeah, that sounds really bad. My time in season 2 more, well, I accomplished what we set out to do in the episodes, and now I am back home in Lost Legacy. I didn't leave well enough alone, though I did give I did give Charles all of the gifts that I said I got him, and he enjoyed them. Did you place that? Was that me, Jack? A little plant pot?
No, that was just there.
I don't remember that.
I didn't do anything.
It's creepy. Wow. Okay.
And then for me this week, of course, as I've stated in a few other podcasts, I've got exams. They're starting on the 8th of May, so the day is the 3rd, so I've got 5 days. Me, Owen, Zero mainly, they've been helping me, and I'm getting very close to having videos recorded throughout my exam period now. We're getting close. Nice. I think I need to do 3 more, and then I can relax, do my exams.
Nice.
What about you, Sooty? What have you been up to since the last podcast episode?
It's a long story, eh?
Yeah.
I got banished from the world. I got banished from the...
What's yapping at this point?
Yeah. So, what do we want to move on to the big thing, or do we want to talk about something else before we get to the?
I'm trying to think what we need to talk about. I mean, like when? You did get your account limited, and so did Zing.
Yeah. So of course we talked about a certain person with Zero in the last episode.
Oh, and then we all got unfriended by a certain someone else because you know.
Yeah. So, of course, we released the download to this server in Tyler's Discord server a couple weeks ago, and we were signing a call. This was happening call, and I got a little message. I got 3 messages from the official Discord account telling me I had broken privacy violations for, of course, releasing this download. 2 of them had files on them, but the 3rd one, which I don't understand why, it was just a message stating about the download. It didn't have any links, it didn't have any files. So
I just don't get how Discord can do that.
I mean, I even appealed them and they've not come back to me yet. And then of course they did the same to Zinc because he converted the download to Bedrock. So my account got limited. But we don't know the reason. But when Tyler's account got limited, he couldn't talk in DMs for a day. When I got limited, when Zinc got limited, we could still talk.
You don't get that.
Yeah, it was weird. And then, Tyler, I'll let you explain this. Some drama from last night.
Oh, so let's get into that, shall we? Let's start that story a little bit back from before that happened.
Yeah.
So there was a guy in the community called Greg Talks, who we knew as the Barker, basically the symbol of hope for this community. Now then, fast forward to, well, go back about March, I'd say, yes? March?
Yeah.
Right. Basically, we see that he's added JR Marks to his Flower Garden Love Garden. And the reason why this is such a big issue is because JR Marks... Yeah, if you don't know JR Marks, you will know now. He's basically the community pred. I'll just put him as that. John Robert Marks. So anyway... when we found out that Greg added JR Marks to his garden, we pulled up on that and we said, Greg, why have you added this guy? Because bear in mind, Greg spoke to us every day for like 6 months until like before around October. He spoke to us for like 6 months and we were like, Greg, why have you done this? And he's like, I didn't know. I said, you need to remove him because you're giving him the permission base to keep on doing what he's doing, going into streams in this community and harassing, people that are also young and, they're not always going to basically, the things he says is he spams the N-word. He says he knows where you live, and he'll come to your house and kill you and stuff like that. And then he just spams more N-words because he's so hard.
He also said he said CP in Tyler's server.
Yes, the CP.
Oh, yeah,
that's fucked. That is absolutely fucked.
I want to issue a thank you to JR Marks. You know, don't thank you for not coming after me. Thanks for not coming after me.
wow.
So
That's crazy.
basically, as you can imagine, not the best move from Greg. So we pull him up on this, and he starts getting really defensive, saying, "How am I supposed to explain me getting rid of him?" Like, he's like, "I can't get rid of him now." I said, "Look, all you have to do is just get rid of him, apologize that you made an honest mistake, and you don't approve of what he's done, because anyone in their right mind wouldn't, and that's it, that's done." And he starts speaking this all by himself, being like, "I can't. I just want this to be done with. I don't get why y'all are just pulling on me on this." Well, we're not. We're just having a conversation. Yeah, we're just having a nice conversation with you, trying to, get you to understand where we're coming from here. He's more focused on wanting the situation to be done with, and he leaves the thing. He gets banned from my server. I think Charles banned him initially,
And
so we let him back.
I unbanned him. Talked to him again, and then I banned him again.
Yeah, so that was it, and then after a bit, I then tried to pull him in DMs because I thought he blocked us because he said he was going to at this point, I think. So I basically said to him, "Greg, all you had to do was just apologize." I said, "You want the situation to be done with, I can let this situation go if you do what's right." And he's like, "Well, I got these. Do you have any evidence of this guy being what you say he is? You don't have any evidence." I said, "Mate, have you not seen the screenshots?"
Yeah, I sent him everything. We had on.
Yeah, and he just didn't. I don't even know if you didn't read it or what. But he's trying to say we didn't have any evidence. So I basically said, "You're sticking up for a paedophile." Basically, not cool at all. And he was trying to say I messed up because I'm not letting him get over with the situation. I said, "Well, it's not about what you want. It's about the fact that you're making these videos, saying that you care for this community, and this is how you're treating them, putting your own actions and opinions first over what's morally right, not even morally, but ethically right in this scenario." So, anyway, he ends up blocking me.
Yeah, he blocks all of us. Well, actually, before he blocked
even
you,
Max.
Before he blocked you, I exposed him in the server. We decided, well, if you're going to support JR Marks, then we're going to call you Greg Robert Marks.
Right.
So I told everyone that in the server, and for about 2 hours, everyone was having a go at him. Eventually, he left the server, and then the next morning, me and Tyler wake up, he's blocked us, and so is Max. Right. Max is gone. Now, I honestly think Max is being groomed by Greg.
Yeah, so Greg Robert Marks, if you're listening, you need to stop allowing grooming in this community, as well as your best friend Ghost Panda and JR Marks. You're all sick in the head.
So it kicked off last night in the afternoon. I said, I saw him in the world. I said, "Tyler, should I go in this world and say hi to Greg Robert Marks?" He said, "Yeah, go on, do it."
Well, no, I never said yes. I just said, at this point, if you want to do it, go for it. I'm not joining because I'm doing other things, but if you want to do it, go for it, kind of thing.
So I went in.
I just didn't care.
Said it and left. And then so later on, Greg's alt adds me. Which I don't know why.
Ooh.
I don't know why. And then I got a giant message from Bloodstorm.
What? Bloodstorm DLC?
Yeah. So Bloodstorm was backing him up, and then I tried telling Bloodstorm what had happened, and then he turns around and says, "This is Greg," and then he has a go at me. I say my piece, I leave him alone I don't mess him for 20 minutes, and he says, "Leave me alone," and I say, the last thing I said to Bobby Blommy, "You were the one that messaged me back."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He can't tell you to leave him alone when he's the one that's messaging you. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that contradicts itself.
So then,
this
he did a stream.
Right. So, let me get this straight. He can do a stream going on and on about how he doesn't like being called Greg Robert Marks.
And he went to the extent to calling me, Charles, Tyler, and Coop. Actually, before we get to his stream, Max's stream. Echo, Josh, and Coop went into Max's stream. Greg was there because I told them about the messages Greg had sent me. And they went in there and had a go at him. And then Max called Coop a ginger... Something a gingered prick, anyway. Gingered-haired prick or something. And then Max ends the stream, not wanting to deal with the situation. So then, this is where we come back to Greg streaming. So, he starts by calling me, Tyler, Charles, and Coop the arsleur.
Pretty much, yeah. My problem with this entire stream is just the fact that he can stream and start, causing all this drama when he forgets that I'm the one that came to him saying this and I came to him right around the time of this stream happening, and I said the same thing because he unblocked me, and I just thought, let's just message him, see what happens, and I got through. So I just said, look, again, we can drop all this, you can remove him from the garden, you can genuinely mean that you apologize for what you've caused and created. And, that can be that. It might never probably be the same with you, but that'll be that. He was more focused, again, on the situation being done with. But then again, right, if you're that focused on the situation being done with, why are you that concerned about streaming, crying your eyes and saying, I got called Greg Robin Marks, this whole thing needs to stop? Like, you're not concerned about what you're doing. It's always you're concerned about other people stopping. But when it comes to you, you can just do whatever the hell you want. I don't think so.
So I messaged Charles and told him. Charles shows up at the stream. He talks to Greg. He apologizes and stuff, and then gets in a call with Greg on the stream. He talks to Greg a bit more on there. Charles goes off the call and comes to speak to us. We had a little chat with him, and Greg ends his stream. So then a few hours later, because I stayed up quite late last night, about 3:30 I went to bed, I found that Greg had messaged me on Xbox, the same message, of course, from Bloodstorm. He had gone on Greg's community post and posted it, atting me.
But bear in mind, he wants the situation to be done with. Yeah. But apparently, he can do whatever the hell he wants, even though we're the ones telling him that this can be over if he does the right thing.
I scroll up a bit. He says, I apologise for my crying and stuff on the stream. Thank you to all you heroes. And he ats everyone who was nice to him in the stream.
Bro's literally JR Mark 2 with the champions, what heroes, man. he goes, oh Greg, John, I need something to call my fans. What do you think I should call them? Because you got your champions and I don't want to interfere with that. And Drake's like, oh, no problem, mate. You can just call them your heroes, something like that. Oh, bear in mind, I'm just doing something that you do with fish, baiting them over some young cupcakes. So I just got put on bail. Very, very big apologies there.
Yeah, he's on bail now, JR Marks.
He's on bail.
So today, why is the what? Hold on, let's have a look.
Can we just acknowledge JackMan for a minute?
Yeah,
Bro's just been here.
Yeah, apologies, JackMan.
Can we just
we do have a reason for you to be here.
Scared me, Sooty. You scared me.
Whoa, what are you doing?
I was just checking if you're still awake.
We do have a very big reason why you are here. Later in the episode, we'll be going into our brand new...
Oh yeah, we made a new thing!
We're going in there, and we're going to sit and interview JackMan in there.
Bro, who broke my camera?
That was me accidentally. I apologise.
No, that ain't gonna slide. Where are these things?
Yeah, up there. So, yeah, so today... Greg actually posted 7 videos. Bear in mind, since he added Greg, since he added JR.
7 videos. 7 videos today, not like 7 videos.
He posted. It's been 7 videos, and finally, he's changed his name to Jay on the sign, and he explained the situation. So finally, he's done what we asked him to.
I mean, look, as long as he's not trying to cause any drama with us, and that's fine. Like, he's done what he needed to do, but he's still trying to not make the situation... Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, like when... it's like, people will say to me in this situation, it's like, well, he's removed him, why aren't you satisfied? But, like, I'm not satisfied, purely because he's not done it because he realizes that JR Marks is a bad person. No. He's done it because he wants the situation to be over, which in his hypocrisy, in his absolutely twisted mind, he sees a situation as being over as for him to start venting on a stream and causing all this, problems and stuff, and then having all these people that are backing these absolute sick people. I mean, I know Copycat's friends with a lot of, like, people in general outside of that, but there's, like, Bloodstorm, Ghost Panda, there's,
Ghost Panda has a lot of stuff on his computer that he shouldn't have. Let's just say that.
Yeah. That's it.
Yep.
So that's why we're mad, because he's not done it because he genuinely thought, oh shit, I shouldn't have done that. I'm so sorry. It's not that. He's done that because we've all had a go at him and he wanted the situation to stop. Like that's the level of, I don't know. Like maybe I should be happy, but I'm not. I'm not going to cause drama over it because he's done it. But I mean, deep down, I'm not satisfied. But that's just me.
So moving on. Before we go in interview JackMan, because we're not going to forget about that. We got some questions to ask him. The one last thing is, let's give some more light on the certain other situation with a certain server. This week, since the last podcast episode, we have now got Coop and Stronghold on side. They have officially left Tancraft. And I have just said it, but never mind.
Not because we forced them to, but because we gave them the evidence and they realized, yeah, this is fucked.
Well, Coop always was on our side, but he was scared. He was scared of Tan.
He just,
he was scared of Tan. But with me talking to him, I had to talk to him, and then Stronghold. It took a bit, Stronghold said some things, and Tyler had to go in, and then he finally realised why we was like this.
Right.
So now they're both firmly on our side, hopefully.
I should hope.
Yeah.
And there are more double standards and double agent thing.
Oh, so that's the thing. I think since the last time, we found a certain group chat out.
Yes, we did, didn't we?
Yeah, Coop showed us this group chat that Tin has on us. Well, mainly coming after me, actually. A lot of the message in there was saying they are working to take me down.
Look, I mean, I'm not gonna bag Stronghold here, but I am gonna bag him just because. Okay, guys, so let's say, Sal, I say to you, Sal, I'm going to go to the Asda to get a few things, right?
Yep.
And then you said to me, I thought, then it's been a couple hours and I didn't go. And you said, I thought you said you were going to go Asda. I thought you said you were going to go to the Asda and get some stuff. And then I said, I never said that. And then you had recorded that and showed that to me, right? And I come back to you and I said, well, I said I might do that. I never said I was going to. In what delusional world do you go to somebody and say, might do it as you never said you were going to? In most cases of, at least in sociology, if, there's certain ways you connect words in your head with actions. And that, to me, I don't know. Sorry about my rant there, but that was a bit weird. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Right, well, JackMan has informed me over the chat that he needs to go in 28 minutes. So shall we move over? So if we jump...
Well, the interview's not going to take that long, but first, we do have a little reveal, I must...
Yes. So, Tyler informed us last night that today he was going to find out the gender of his nephew. Well, not nephew, his... Whatever it would be. He was going to find out...
all you need is my brother's and his girlfriend's baby, which will basically make that my, of course, I'll be an
whatever. So, me and Charles made our respective... guesses. Me and Charles actually shared a guess that it was going to be a boy. Now Charles isn't here, unfortunately, so I don't know if you've told him yet.
I have not told him. I've not messaged him actually. Well, there, I don't think.
So so I've predicted it's going to be a boy. I think Tyler predicted it would be a girl, but of course Tyler sat there and he knows what it is. So
I did. I'm smiling.
Sooty, do you wanna make a prediction before Tyler reveals?
I'd say girl.
And what about you, Jack?
I'm predicting a girl based on how much Tyler's smiling right now.
Well, technically you don't know, but drum roll please. I'll edit a drum roll in. It's a girl!
Oh, so how disappointed were they?
My brother more so. So his girlfriend, she doesn't really like pink. So, I mean, I respect that, considering, of course, a lot of, baby girls have pink everywhere, and it's kind of sickly. Yeah. So in that sense, I completely understand. My mum is like, we're getting pink stuff regardless, and she's like, no, you're not. So, there's a lot of, thinking about who's getting what, and what's gonna happen. So, at the moment, I guess it's quite cool, because... I actually know. There's a lot of clarity, and it's due on September 28th of this year.
Yeah.
So excited.
Wow.
Right,
Yeah.
well, yeah, I think
That's
now
even before GTA
let's
6.
move over, so let's all walk over.
Hey yo.
And when we're all out of shot, I will transition the replay camera over. Okay, so here we are! We're in oh, I've not toggled that. But yeah, here we are, in the brand new room that we've built. We actually began building this the same night as we recorded the last episode. Well, I didn't.
Can I just say, if anyone pops these levers off by right-clicking them, I will break your necks.
Yep.
Because these take a very long time to sort out.
Should I do a certain camera turn?
I won't touch them. Okay. I won't
Sure.
touch them.
I don't know if you want to kind of move around, walk over and kind of be in the
Oh. So, what? Show this, like, back area?
Yep, I'm facing the area, so if you want to
I
walk over.
built this grand piano, this very nice mahogany style, I guess, even though it's spruce, you know. I do like it. We've got some books. We can obviously store different interview papers and, of course, cheap music and stuff in here. And this piano will be used for promotional material because I am, well, at the moment, as of the 15th and 16th of May, when that happens, I'll be producing my single for an album, which I'm calling Lies We Lived.
Yeah, pretty exciting. So, just before we begin, I just want to say, don't expect any podcast episodes while my exam's happening. But we have got a really big one planned. I think the next episode is probably going to be the biggest one we've ever done.
I think I know what you mean, yeah, because you've spoken to me. Alright, yeah, I get you.
So, JackMan, it's now your time to shine.
Yeah, man.
Are you ready for some questions, JackMan? A little interview?
Think so.
So, yesterday, me and Tyler wrote 10 questions, and of course, if Tyler and Sooty have got more, and I think of any more, we can of course ask them as well. So first question we have is, when did you join the Stampy community?
It was in December. I decided, like, I did take some inspiration from Wolf's Lost Legacy, where he had it like if he never came back from the mirror world. What I did is I decided to make it so, what if hit the target sabotages the rocket? And I just continue from 85. So like that was sort of like my my first step into like the continuation space. And then I was doing a New Year's live stream, and Sooty just showed up in my chat. And then like we started messaging, then eventually we did a voice chat, and then like eventually you added me to like your love garden, and like it was
Yeah. Sorry, I mean,
it was very nice.
I know you have more questions. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Sooty. Go on.
I remember that live stream. I came across it. It actually got recommended to me. I didn't even know you were subscribed to me. And it was weird, because I went into the stream, I just said hi, or something on them lines, or yo, and you said, oh, it's, and you knew me, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
You had like, you had very low subscribers at that point, so it was about 5.
Yeah, I had like 3 subscribers. I don't know how that got recommended.
You got so. And then I subscribed.
Yeah. Well, we do have to commend JackMan, because of course there was a bit of a problem of the specific intro, but Tyler spoke to JackMan about it, and he changed it, which honestly,
I re-uploaded.
Not a lot of people have done that, so thank you. But like, I did want to preface on one thing, because I think when Sal obviously said like your introduction to the community, he meant like not necessarily just the continuation space, but the actual like how you kind of found Stampy as well, like where you kind of worked your way from there, I guess, is what like would be curious to know.
Oh, that started a long time ago. Like my introduction to Stampy, it was just like a recommended it recommended that like home away from home video, and like I think it was the second video in Longbow's world. Oh. And like I thought the builds were pretty cool, so like I was like, hey, let me check out this guy's videos, and like eventually I just like I got obsessed.
Yeah.
And yeah, like that was my introduction. Like, and I was pretty new to Minecraft itself too, because like I was like trying to find like build ideas, because I didn't really know what I was gonna do. Mm-hmm. So like he was probably like my like big like inspiration, like Minecraft wise in general.
That's crazy. You've been around so long, honestly.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, for our second question... Oh, wait, you suppose you've already answered it, but it was, how did you find the Stampede community, which you have just explained to us. So we'll move straight on to the third one. What made you start the continuation of yours?
No, I saw other people doing it. I thought it would look. I thought I would enjoy it. Sorry, I can't really speak, but
It's all right. You doing a good
I
job.
wanted to do sort of like my own like spin on the continuations. Like
Yeah.
I'd seen like all those other continuations, like your 3 continuations, and then like the Charles continuation, like all those continuations, and like I was like, hey, you know what? Why don't I do one? Like, and I decided to. I wanted to like. I didn't want to just do another finale continuation because like everyone's doing those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, of course, I think I think you answered this, but if you go more detail, what made you do it from episode 85?
It was honestly like at the time I was doing I didn't call it My Amazing World, but like it was like basically My Amazing World, and I was doing it on 360, and like I wanted to do sort of like a similar style, and like not style, sorry, like I still wanted to be able to do it on the 360, and any like recreations of like 658, like I found like one recreation for 658 that was on 360. It was so bad, like there wasn't even Hit the Target's castle in it.
Oof.
And
Well,
then
I think I know which one. I've seen that as well. You
Yeah.
found was it Catsy's Gaming? He was originally called, at least. I know that.
no, the one I used was Catsy's Gaming, which
Yeah.
was an episode 80 recreation, which was pretty accurate, like even
Right.
down to the chest contents.
Ooh.
But no, like I found a different one that was like for 658, which like I wasn't going to do a continuation in that because like you were already doing that. But I looked around and like it's not accurate. Like I was also at one point going to try to recreate Lost Legacy, and I was like, oh, like just based off of that download, and I was like, no, there's
That's
too much
cool.
wrong. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Like,
Was it that
And
one
then-
by Game Clan you found, that 658 one, if you remember? Because I know, was it on Bedrock, this other one you're on about? I'm just trying to like think of
no,
which
the
ones, 'cause I know a lot
recreation
of
I
them
found.
aren't.
I mean, I know you did one of 658 on Bedrock, but like
Yeah.
if I was going to do it, I'd still want to do it on 360 edition.
Yeah,
So I
that's fine.
found. I might have written it down here somewhere. Where's my thumb? Okay. Socks the Helpful Fox. Like,
Oh.
like I mean, it seems like, I mean, sorry, Socks, if you're watching this, but like, it's nice that you recreated it and released it for a download, but like, you're missing some stuff. Like, you got to like look at more episodes than just like 2.
Yeah.
So that was why I wouldn't do that. And I was like, okay, you know what? What's another point that I could do where like it could sort of be like, oh, what if this happened? So I thought, okay, maybe the moon fails, maybe like the trip to the moon fails, and then I just continued from that point.
Yeah, it's really unique. I haven't actually sat and watched your continuation, but I do mean to at some point. It is on my list. I have a list of things I want to watch.
I will say, yeah, as a little kind of like compliment towards you, like when you did start off that series, you were very much sort of like Sooty with the silent spots, and I could tell you were very not really knowing what to say and talk about. And you did definitely progress, and you got a lot better. And I know one of the questions is about you ending it, but it is definitely a shame that you did, considering you and your commentary style with that did have a lot of potential with that. And I do think that you did improve a lot as you went forward with it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember if you guys know, but like really early on, I didn't even have a capture card. I just stood up my phone and recorded my TV. Like I definitely
classic days.
Yeah, we saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, like at first I had the idea that capture cards were like $100, but I hadn't looked in a few years. So I thought like, okay, if I want to get a capture card, this is going to cost me a fortune. I went on Amazon and I found one for like $10. Like they don't cost that much.
Wow.
The only problem is I can't like send it to my TV at the same time. Like I can either, like if I don't have the capture card, I can either hook it up, then I can just hook it up to my TV, or if I have it there, I can only look at it through OBS. Like
See.
That's
Yeah.
the one drawback, and it only has like one HDMI port. That's the only downside to that.
So, do you think your series went how you planned it to go?
I mean, I don't know. Like, I think maybe the first like 10 episodes probably, and then later on, I kind of like I felt like I was sort of, and like I know that this is probably going to lead into a future question, but like the reason I ended it is just because I was sort of out of ideas, and like it was also a lot to try to juggle Lovely World and Amazing World at the same time. So I figured, like, you know what, I'll just do my own series.
Yeah.
And there was that, and then I was thinking about having like where Hit the Target attacks. Like, I don't know if you noticed, like starting with 95. I think.
did. You had that castle on Googly's Island, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, that, and then also I would like gradually update the game. Like I on like title update 14 or something, and then I just gradually updated, and I wanted to kind of like make it like a lore based thing that like Hit the Target was doing something, and then like, well,
That's
first
not
of
even
all,
a bad
360's
idea.
laggy in the new update.
Yeah.
Like 360 is laggy in the new update, and
That
then, like,
is such a good.
That is a cool idea.
That
I
is
can't lie.
genius.
Yeah.
That is quite cool.
well, also
Wow.
physically, if I wanted to have another person, I'd have to update because it doesn't let you do that on the old updates.
Right.
But like,
Yeah.
that was what I was thinking, and then like I think I filmed like the original episode 99 before I made the time machine. I was gonna have it just be from like Hit the Target's perspective, killing the Ender Dragon. There was no commentary, and then later on I was just like, nah, this is dumb. Like I eventually did scrap that idea, and then just like went back in time and sort of saved the rocket, like sort of like what you did by accident that one time.
Yeah.
But
You saw that. Yeah, that's cool.
But like that was what I was thinking about doing. I think the problem that I had was, since like there's so many like other continuations, like I have to be a little bit careful about not copying them.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I mean, I know that there was some mild controversy with that music, but like I just want to say out here, I had no intention to copy. Honestly, like I just thought it would fit, and like SB used it too. But like that was
Alright.
that wasn't
Side rant.
my intention to copy. Like, it was just like I thought it would fit with it, and then like, yeah, in hindsight I should have asked you. I didn't think you'd mind, but in hindsight I should have asked.
It's that happened now. Let's go to the next question if you want so.
So, of course, this would either require you going to Xbox One, Bedrock, or Java for this question, but if you had helpers, would you have carried it on?
I don't know, maybe. It's a bit difficult with helpers because you got to get like everyone's like able to record. I mean, I know I could just do characters and not like real people, but like also I have to do it on Bedrock because like I'm not going to pay for a server on Java, and like on 360 trying to connect is a huge pain, and like there's a lot of people who don't have that version. So like if I was going to do that, it would have to be on Bedrock, and like
what about Xbox?
If I try doing a video on Bedrock, it's really laggy. I don't know why, but it is. I probably need a new computer. My computer's just not having it.
No.
But like also another thing is, how could I come up with like ideas for the helpers? Like it would probably get builds done quicker, and then I just like I could do stories with them, but it wouldn't help my inspiration for builds because I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Like it would probably hurt it actually because I was getting more done, and like I admit that I sort of like padded the episodes where like I would just like do some things like each episode, and
I gotta say,
like that would be like then I would just get everything done in like one episode, and then I would have probably been done by like episode 92. Sorry, Sooty, you were saying?
it's fine. I gotta say how impressive you worked around not having helpers and worked around and made the hit the target attacks when you didn't even have someone playing hit the target. That takes a lot of like ideas, and to make it like kind of make it flow nicely. It's actually quite surprising that you pulled that off, because like some people would just give up at the point where they couldn't have a hit the target. but you did really try to work around, and everything on that version you tried to work around on. So, it was really good in that way. Like, you didn't give up.
I do realize that, like, while it's probably, like, in terms of, like, gameplay, this is just my opinion, but in terms of gameplay, like, the console edition is probably the best experience. And, like, I'm not going to do Legacy 4J because that also, like, it's not laggy, but, like, whenever I record
crashes a lot.
Yeah.
No, like, I don't have problems with it being laggy. Like, I'm on Legacy 4J right now, but, like, I don't have problems with that. But whenever I record on OBS, it's at like 10 frames a second, and I don't want to upload a video if it's going to look like that. It's probably, once again, my computer just not knowing how to manage things properly and just having a bunch of things running in the background that I don't even want.
Yeah.
But, like, I didn't want to do Bedrock either because, like, Bedrock would have the exact same thing. And also, like, it's kind of boring. Like, everyone's on Bedrock. Like, that's...
Yeah.
And then, like, on the console edition, like, first of all, I was playing on an old update, so, like, I couldn't do it anyway. And then, like, even if I was on the new update and had people, like, I'd have to have, like, my helpers would have to be on both. Like, they'd have to both have a 360 and Minecraft for it. Like, it's a bit difficult. Like, even if there was someone with, like, I know you play on Xbox One, like, you wouldn't even be able to play on there. Like, it's a bit difficult when it comes to that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So... did you have demotivation during your series, or was it just close to the end?
It wasn't like the whole. I'd say it started around 95. Like, I was by 95. Like, that was the first episode where, like, I updated the game, and it was kind of like I was kind of like making hints to it, like, hey, this is different. Like, I went, like, like on the old console versions, like, if you go on, like, the front view, like, the camera's like inverted.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, at first I would just, like, go in the third person and be like, wait, why is this like this now? And that was how I kind of started the whole thing, and that was because I was planning on wrapping it up around 100. And then, like, it was also, you might have noticed, like, I wasn't really doing much. Like, that episode was really just me, like, waiting until nighttime and then just trying to kill mobs to get XP. Like, after I'd finished the laptop shop, like, I'd sort of, like, lost motivation. Like, I was sort of out of ideas. I mean, I made the sword shop, but that was it, really. And then eventually I just built the time machine and, correct things. Sorry, Sal, if I'm spoiling some things. I know you haven't seen it yet, but that was...
you are, but, I mean, yeah, I probably forget by the time I get around to watching it.
Yeah.
Mr. Jack, I think you have more episodes than Classic. If you have like 15 episodes.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I have 13 episodes in Classic. Actually, there's one episode that I did film that I don't really consider an episode, so technically 14, but we don't talk about
the one
that
with, like, the ending not canon one. I forget which one.
Yeah.
Either way, I kind of liked what you did with the inspiration rooms, the doghouse. That was kind of cool.
Yeah. And that, like, the whole thing is the dog, like, all of Stampy's dogs were, like, they were, like, in the original doghouse. And that entire bit, like, I think, like, the first episode that I did where, like, before, like, my introduction, I guess the second episode, it would have been 86. But I was planning on just taking a dog with me. But what I hadn't considered is whenever you download worlds on the 360, it doesn't sign the dogs over to you. So I was just I was improvising. Like, I was like, oh, right, these aren't my dogs. I can't take them. So I didn't plan ahead for that. And I wasn't going to reshoot it because I had already done some things and I didn't save the game before that. So I didn't want to, like, leave without saving and then realize, like, okay, things are getting a bit messed up now. So that was that. And then eventually I just got my own dogs, and the inspiration room, like, I didn't, like, I mean, sure, like, the inspiration room is semi-iconic. It's a bit of a weird room, honestly. Like, it's like, when did Stampy ever go in there? Except for, like, when he built it and when he renovated it. Like, he never went in the inspiration room.
Yeah.
Unless he was using the teleporter. But that was only for that, yeah.
Yeah. And
oh no, the teleporter. Sorry, yeah, sorry. No, I thought he was on about something else. My bad. My mind just went really. I thought he meant the secret base for whatever reason. And I don't know why. The inspiration room. God, he barely went in there. No, you're right about that. That room was so
Yeah.
underused. So I don't.
and
blame
like
you
it
for
looked a
putting it
little
on.
bit hacky for a survival world to have bedrock in there.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's like it was a little.
I
it was a
don't
weird
think
one.
he didn't have bedrock. That was only on the tutorial
No, he
world.
did
version
put
of
it
the
in.
house.
No, he did. After in episode 48, he goes in there, and you can see because he was using creative, he had put it in there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, because like they had just like added creative mode. Like when he first built it, there was no creative mode.
Yeah.
fair enough.
Okay. I'm running a bit low on time, so I might just have to like fire through these questions quick.
Right.
Yeah.
So next we'll go on. We've got 2 left. What have you been up to since your finale?
It's really just been my amazing world. Like that's what I've been doing. I've been helping like some other people with their stuff. Like I don't know if you guys know OG or Lucifer. Like I was in a couple of his live streams before he deleted them all.
Yeah.
And like I don't know if you know this other guy Stopper. He does like
Yep.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, stop.
We've had some run-ins with him, maybe, but yeah.
I didn't even know he knew you guys. But yeah, like I was like in his world like in like one video, and he hasn't released it yet, but like that was that, and like it's mostly been my amazing world. Like that was like another thing where I don't remember if I said this earlier, but like but like the thing is I was having a hard time balancing it, like making 2 videos a week. I thought about doing like alternating.
That's what the problem I had with Lovely Wood and Sunny because I was wanting to do both, but it was finding that time to do it as well as going to my exams. So I can.
Yeah, it's a bit difficult.
Yeah, I can get you. And then finally, what are your future plans? Now I have spoken to Owen because I know you guys are doing something, and he says you can say it. What you're doing with him for your future?
Yeah. We were planning on doing like his 20th Lovely World continuation. Like I was in like the first video.
What?
That.
Yep. I knew about
Yeah,
it.
he's doing another continuation. Yeah.
I've seen a bit of the
every
editing
week.
process of it, and it is looking interesting.
Yeah.
Is this the one? Is this the final one? Is this the one that's gonna break them all? Is this the one?
JackMan, you've got to make him stick to it. You've got to try and make him stick to this.
Yeah, because bro, if I find out this guy is making another continuation, I might just like message Stamping to like ban this guy from doing continuation. I swear.
Do you who's Scampy? Do you mean Joey? Joe?
Yeah, Joe Garrett.
Sorry,
Joe Garrett,
4J Joe, the guy that
Yeah,
ditched his
4J
character
Joe.
for sorry, the guy that ditches his character to sleep with the 4J devs. So, anyway,
Like same as Sheepman. So
man,
yeah, thank you, JackMan, for joining us today. It's been nice finally getting for me and Tyler especially to finally get in a call and talk to you, and then of course Sooty's been on me before, but yeah.
It was nice. It was nice being on. Thanks for having me.
And of course you
no
were
problem.
like
You're a pleasure.
yeah. We really appreciate you taking the time to come and talk to us. Yeah. Well, thank you all very much for watching this episode of the podcast. Of course, it's me, your host, Hit the Target, Sal, Tyler, and Sooty, and of course our guest, JackMan. Bye bye.
Yeah, boy. Bye bye.
Right. It's me, Sal. So, yeah, before we end off this episode today, I just thought I would announce that Worlds Together is officially out for download. We've officially had a permission from Charles to release this because with Season 2 being a part of this, we asked him and he said it was completely fine to release this. So, yeah, we've done that. And, yeah, it's finally coming out. So, let me just give you a little run round. Command block TPs in the igloos. If you go in here, we've got Sal, SLW, Lost Legacy, and Classic. We can go to Sal, SLW. You can see how it looks. There won't be a Java download, but you can, of course, just move it to that Java if you wish. if people really struggle, I'll just move. I can convert to Java. I just have. I can just have to ask Tyler to do it with UMT, Universal Minecraft, UMC even, whatever. Universal Minecraft Converter. Because this is my world as of Worlds Together, not Worlds Collide. Worlds Together. So none of the recent things I'm building are gonna be in it. And changes I've made. Oh, the stunning mod is there. You get this book as well with the download. Which is crazy. I'm gonna go to Lost Legacy. It loads. And of course, Lost Legacy is Lost Legacy as of the download. So this is of course the first Lost Legacy download, I think. So enjoy it. Of course, you know. So that's here. As of Worlds Together, which of course it won't have the finished college, but if you like recreating things, like you've already got the whole thing dug and half the it built, so you can very easily now come in and finish it. You've got the color shop, which does work in Bedrock, by the way. I can show that off quickly. Is it this one? Yeah. Doesn't look very good in Bedrock, as you can see. I do know it looks good and works in Java, though. How does that break it? You have to, like, go over them to, like, render them. I think. It's, like, really weird on Bedrock. It might be the RTX it's taken out. I'm not sure entirely. And then finally, we've got Classic. Lost Legacy Classic. Which, of course, is gone. As we said in another podcast episode. So I will quickly head over there. Classic. And yeah, as you can see, this is the Classic download. Which of course now, you guys will have the Lost Legacy builds that were built in the old timeline. But also the Bedrock's timeline of the Lost Legacy builds are also in here. Because you've got these little things. But they've got the Easter Bunny in here. You've got the builds here, what was this? The builder path, that was it. Yes, you've got all this here, which is pretty cool. I didn't know this was done. I don't know if that was a Sooty thing, or it's probably a Sooty thing with this house extension. Oh, man. But yeah. This is it. So I hope you do go on and to enjoy this download. And of course, thank you all very much for watching the podcast episode. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.